right, now we're going to move to the floor exercises. We're going to start with the back. We're going to then move on to the hip, the knee, the ankle, and the toes. Just do the best you can to follow along. Again, the motto is stretch but don't strain. And remember our adage, which is always movement is medicine. So here goes for the back. This is from a yoga posture. Very simple. It's learning how to segment, especially the lumbar spine. It's called the cat-cow. And what you're going to do, knees and hands are on the floor. And what you're going to do is start to look down to the floor with your eyes and lowering your head as you go to a point where you can actually look between your feet and all the way down. And as you do that, you should have a nice hump in your spine. And then you're going to come up slowly the opposite direction so that that hump in your spine works itself out and away. And you stretch. And you're going to do that. I'll do it one more time, but you can do this 4 or 5 times. One more time. Down. Letting that hump in your back move up to the point where you begin to look between your feet. Hold. Come up. Stretch. Neutral position. I'm going to do it one more time from a side view so that you can see that. Same way, same how. Knees and hands are on the floor. Okay. You got about 12 inches between the knees. And what begins to happen, you lower your head down so that you begin to form a hump in your upper back as you look between your feet. Hold. Slowly come back the other way. Look up. Chin is pointing straight. You should feel a nice bend and curvature the opposite direction in your spine. Come back to neutral position. You can do that particular exercise 4 or 5 times, depending on your stamina level. Don't stress, don't strain. If you can only do it once, that's fine too. All right, now we're going to move to a comfortable seated position. And what you're going to do here, this is for the hips. It's a very common stretch, but it works very effectively. What you're going to do, both feet are on the floor, as you can see here. And I'm going to take my right leg, my right foot, and bring it over to my left knee. Okay? Now, you can sit back and do this, or you can sit straight up. The choice is yours. So for some of you, you're just going to grab your right foot, and you should, as you pulsate towards your right foot with your chest, you should feel a nice pull, nice stretch in your hip area. For those of you that are very flexible, you can even take this, your right hand, move it right underneath your right calf, and just grab like this, and you're going to feel even more of a pull. You're just going to pulsate, coordinate that with your breathing, relax. Some of you won't be able to do that. You're just going to put your left foot down, and you're just going to sit like this, okay? You might not even be able to put your foot onto your knee, so you can just go like this, and you're just going to stand upright with your back, and you're just going to pulsate like this. Everybody's at a different level. You're going to find that you might be at a different level depending on which side you do. So that is for the hips. Now we go to the left side. Both feet are on the floor. Left foot comes over, and you put your left foot on your right knee. I, for example, don't have as much flexibility on this side because I've had this hip replaced, so it doesn't move as well. But that doesn't mean that you can't move it, okay? So even with surgery, you can move your body in a safe, therapeutic way. So you can just either grab with your left hand around your left knee, right hand can grab the foot, and you just pulsate. If you're more advanced, you can grab both. You can grab your left foot with both hands, pulsate. For those of you that are really advanced, you can bring your left arm through, grab, interlock your fingers, and pulsate this way. You should be feeling a nice stretch in that hip area. And for some of you that are just in a beginning state, you might not be able to put your left foot over your right knee. So just come and have the inside of your foot hug the inside of your right leg, stand up straight, and just pulsate down like this. Chest is forward. You can put your left arm inside your left knee and pulsate, and you're going to get a nice rotation, nice stretch in your hip. Okay? All right. Now we're going to move. So we've done the hips, which is a really important exercise because a lot of times hip issues lead to back issues. So stretching the hip out really does help. All right, so now we'll just move to the ankles and then the toes. Same position, both toes are on the, both feet are on the floor. And what you're going to do, we're gonna start with our right. So I just kind of elongate my left leg, let it straight. And what you're going to do is your right forearm is going to go underneath, and you're going to grab your hands together. And now what you're going to do, this is for the ankles, okay? And let me take the socks off so that you get a better bird's eye view. Okay? And what you're going to do is flex forward 5 times. And as you flex forward, you really try to flex so that your toes really come back towards you. And after doing that 5 times, now you're going to do a rotational exercise involving the ankles. And again, it's kind of like a clock. So we're going to go counterclockwise where toes, left foot is going to go this way and then the opposite way. So I try to bring, I can only get maybe to 11 o'clock. Some of you may be able to get to 10 or 9. Whatever it is fine. Now you go to the opposite side. Toes are reaching away from you. You're going to do this 5 times. And this is really exercising that ankle joint, which we never think about exercising. One more time. And there. Okay. Now we go to the left side. Okay. Same principle. The right leg stretches out for balance, for stability. And you're going to just lift that left leg up. And now we're going to do flexion and extension. And you flex the toes away from you. And then back towards you. This is also stretching out that calf muscle. How many of you have experienced a Charlie horse, as they call it, in your calf muscle? Pretty painful, right? This helps to alleviate that. 5 times. Yeah. And now we do the rotational exercise where we bring the left foot in, with the toes leading, and then out. In and out. In, out. 2 more. In, out. In, out. Rest. Okay. I've just done this 5 times, but depending on the joint that is bothering you, that you have greater affliction with, you can do more of those exercises. You could do 10 on the ankles if ankles are an issue for you. Again, always stretch but don't strain. That's the key variable. And now we end with what I call the funniest exercise. And because we never think to exercise our toes. But in this case, we are exercising our toes. And this is where the mind-body element of this whole program comes into place. Because what we're going to do is establish a neural connection between our brain, and our toes. And we're going to start with the right foot. Left leg is out for stability, okay? And what I'm going to try to do, and this is the fun thing, I'm going to try to lift my big right toe off the mat while keeping my 4 smaller toes on the mat. And let's see if I can do it. I cannot do it. I do not have that neural connection well established between my brain and my big toe. So what must I do? Well, to create that neural network between brain and big toe, I need an assist. I need to press down on my 4 small toes. Now I can lift that big toe. And when I'm lifting it, I really want to lift that big toe so that my brain and my big toe become reacquainted. They get to know each other all over again, okay? This is, believe it or not, these exercises are really important for the brain. So after lifting my big toe, I put it down. Now I try to do the reverse. I try to lift my 4 small toes, but keep my big toe on the mat. Let's see if I can do it. Not quite. So I need the assist. Hold down the big toe, and now I'm able to do it. Believe it or not, there are some people that can alternate their toes in a way that they can play the piano with their toes. Pretty amazing. So now I'm really lifting up on those toes, establishing that neural connection between brain and my right foot, my right toes. And relax. And you can do this 3 or 4 times. Let's try the left side. Same thing. Right leg comes out for stability. Now let's do the left big toe. Let's see if I can lift that left big toe while keeping the 4 smaller toes on the mat. Let's see. 1, 2. I can't. The neural connection between my brain and my big toe on the left side has been lost. I need to reestablish it. So I need to do an assist, hold down the 4 small toes. Now I can lift that big left toe, okay? And it's sort of like my brain is saying, hey, toe, how you doing? How's it going down there? So the connection, which we've always had, is starting to be reestablished because my brain and left big toe have not been on speaking terms for way too long. All right, so I'm lifting that big toe. Now I try to lift the 4 small toes keep the left big toe on the mat. Here we go. And look, I can do that, see? Somehow and why, I don't know, there's a better neural connection on my left side. So I can lift these 4 toes off the mat, keeping that big toe on the mat, okay? So, amazing exercise. The fact that I can do this no longer means I qualify for a disabled plaque from the DMV. So I've lost that plaque, so I have to turn that back in. All right, so I rest. I can do that 4 or 5 times. Shake it loose. And you have now gone through the entire joint system through the body. The next class will be specifically targeted towards the back, the lower back. We'll be doing a bunch of different exercises involving that because I know about 3 out of 4 of you have back issues. So let's focus on the back. For those of you who don't have back issues, still doing these back exercises in our next class will be very helpful for you as well. All right, have a good day. Practice this exercise 15, 20 minutes every day. Choose around the same time each day so that your body begins to look forward to doing these exercises. Okay? All right, guys, go out. Have a wonderful day. Make it all happen for yourself.